Welcome, friends. My name is Avinash Gorakshekar, and I welcome all of you to another interesting episode of Konexio HighFlyers. Friends, in these episodes, we talk to emerging companies from emerging sectors, and we talk to the promoters of such companies. And in this process, we help you understand, make you understand the companies in a much better way. We talk to the management of such companies on the business model, on the growth journey, and the future plans of these companies. And in this process, we get to hear a lot of insights from the company management. And today, friends, we've got a very interesting company which is going to hit the capital markets very soon. The company's name is Ramdevbaba Solvents Limited. And we have the pleasure of having Mr. Aayush Bhaiya, who's the CFO of the company. Aayush ji, thank you very much for being present today for our show. I'm quite sure that in this small interaction, we'll be able to understand your company's operations in a much better manner.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's our pleasure.
Okay, so Ayush ji, first question, which is very elementary. We know that the company operates in edible oils. But basically, if you can just explain to us in a very simple way, what is the business model of our company, and what is the positioning of Ramdev Solvent in the domestic market, and in which categories is the company's products available in the domestic market? And if you could tell us, since I also read that the group has got a very large exposure in the market, you all have been in the market for the last 30, 40 years. So how did this journey start? And, on that, if you could just share your thoughts and start.
Okay. So we are a leading physically refined rice bran oil company. We have our manufacturing plant set up in Nagpur, Maharashtra, and also in Brahmapuri, Maharashtra, that is under Chandrapur district. So we are centralized located. We are into the rice belt, and we have ample of rice bran, good quality rice bran available in our area. That gives us an advantage to have the raw material for processing throughout the year. And being centralized, being located centrally, we have all the amenities to cater to all the markets in India. And given we are into the manufacturing, so we have made the best of team possible with good quality, good manpower, and that has helped us to achieve who we are today.
Okay.
And edible oil market, that usually depends on import. So 70% of India's utilization are being imported. And further down the line, governments are willing to be Atmanirbhar throughout the with the years to come. So we are helping our nation to be Atmanirbhar in that process.
Okay. Understood, Ayuji. Now, tell me one thing on a very broader basis. You all have been in the rice bran edible oil market for a very long time. Can you tell me what is the size of the opportunity for us to grow? Like, you all have been in the market for almost 3 to 4 decades. Plus, you know the industry very well. तो मुझे बताइए सर, अगले 3-5 साल में ग्रोथ को लेके कितना बड़ा मार्केट ये राइस ब्रांड एडिबल ऑयल मार्केट हमको प्रेजेंट करता है, और इसमें हम कैसे हमारे मार्केट शेयर को इंक्रीज करने वाले, तो इसके बारे में कुछ बताइए.
So basically, edible oil market in India is a 9 lakh crore market. And being able to, and rice bran contributes around 20% of the entire edible oil industry. And down the line, we have a USP that nothing is being imported from this. All the
Yeah.
products, right from the crude oil to all the byproducts, are manufactured in India. They are used by the Indians, and there are a lot of national players who have utilized rice bran oil to a greater extent. And we are under the process that we want to make people aware about it and the benefits of adopting rice bran oil in their lifestyle. So we are in a mission to make a healthier and wealthier India.
Okay. Understood. I think, Ayuji, now if you could tell me in terms of the geographical reach of our company, like कौन कौन से markets में हम ज़्यादा dominant है, या कौन कौन से markets में अभी recently हमने entry की है. Can we say that our company is pan India, or are we specifically focusing on the Western India belt or maybe the South India belt? इसके बारे में कुछ बताइए.
So currently, as we are situated in Maharashtra, so it gives us a good opportunity to spread our wings all the way around. In all directions, and we have a good reach in Maharashtra at the moment. We are in strong. Our in-house brands Tulsi and Sehat has a strong presence in our domestic market because we are able to achieve the quality standards and the expectations of our distributors, of our customers, and I've never had a negative feedback that the consumption of oil has changed or something. So we are into this market and we are targeting all the domestic users because the people who are aware about them are not willing to change to some other oil. And given
Okay.
Maharashtra is a big soybean belt, and the pricing plays a very important role because edible oil is a very price sensitive market. So given this situations, we are acting accordingly.
Okay. Now tell me something, Ayuji, on the on the customer base. I was reading that apart from your own brands, you also do a little bit of white labeling. तो
Yes.
white labeling कौन से brands के लिए आप करते हो और वो कितना बड़ा market हो सकता है? Because obviously white labeling is a big opportunity. Apart from that, on your own brands, what is the kind of strategy? Would you like to promote your own brands more, or would you like to have a balance between white label brands as well as your own brands going forward?
So currently we are manufacturing around 200 tons of refined oil a day. So given option of white labeling as well as promoting our own brands, so we are trying our best because we are currently packaging for Mother Dairy, and their brand name is Dhara. So you can see Dhara being available through Pan India, and they have set their market at a very good scale. So we are under the process, and we are learning every day to build our brand. And currently, we are contributing to some around of 12% of our production in our own brands. And our aim is to make our brands more visible because we are cost effective. We are having all the uh, all the certifications that allows us to compete with all the national players.
Okay. Ajit, now when you talk about white label brands, how is the pricing of our product decided? Because obviously, you all must be agreeing to a particular quantity every year. And assuming, raw material prices the way they are, I mean, although you said that most of our raw materials are internally, available, but अगर raw material का price थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो गया या मान लो कुछ कम ज्यादा हो गया, so how do you take care of that volatility? Like, is the price fixed or is there some flexibility in the kind of pricing you have with your white label customers?
Okay. So for white label customers, it depends upon the time and the time and the date of the day, because because of course they are a big player and they have all the back-end knowledge about the market, and given the situation when their demand arrives, so they are agreeing upon that price point. And if we talk about our own brands that are Tulsi and Sehat, so we have set the MRP, and according to the MRP, we do discounting on them given the market condition of the particular days.
Okay. So basically, raw material volatility is taken care. So it is not something to be really worried about. Right? एक बार volumes decide होने के बाद raw material जो planning होती है, मेरे ख्याल से जो availability of raw material, that is more or less manageable from your side. Is this understanding right?
Yes, that is correct. Because of being centralized, centrally located, we have this upper hand as compared
Okay.
to other companies. So we are
Okay.
utilizing it to our best.
Okay. As far as the the existing brands are concerned, is the company looking at some sort of aggressive kind of push on their own brands, or do you want this white labeling business to be sustained over a long period of time? Because see, the markets would obviously be happy to get a better feel that Ramdev Solvent is promoting their own brand also, because finally own brand में valuation भी आपका ज़्यादा होगा, although investment will be there. So as a
Yes.
strategy, अगले 2-3 साल में can we expect some few more brands from the company? I mean, अगर everything goes well, touch wood, demand बढ़ गया, so will the
Of
company
course.
like to promote its own brands also?
Yes, yes, we are growing horizontally as well as vertically, and we have already set up the new refinery, and the packaging unit is also ready. And
Okay.
given our target, the primary target is to promote our own brands because it is user friendly, and it will save people's money, and of course they
Yeah,
can use their money to, to some other good use. So our aim
exactly.
is to not to be greedy, to make a brand that is sustainable.
Yeah,
Throughout the time for the people, it shouldn't harm their budget, and
correct.
at the end, it's their health, it's our health. So we are focusing
Correct.
upon that, and primary is to promote our own brands at
Exactly.
first.
I think now, Avijit, I want to understand from you that there are many rice bran edible oil companies in the market. वैसे तो competition है, But you have been in this market for a very long time. The group knows this industry very well. Now, what is it that is really the differentiating factor of our company vis-a-vis other products? Like, I just wanted to understand: is our quality, is our execution? In what way qualitatively can you say that Ramdev Solvents is doing a better job in terms of the rice bran oil market as compared to competition? दो तीन अगर qualitative points अगर हमें आपको आप बता दें, because financials everybody knows, but these things would be more highlighted if you could tell us, from your perspective.
Okay, so I belong from the third generation of my own family. So we have our grandfather dealing in agro commodities since I think 70 years ago, and my father is in the business of agro commodity since last 40 years. So we have our team, my father as well as the other managing directors, those who are in the business. So we have my grandfather, my father, as well as we have a team of other managing directors as well as whole-time directors who have a huge background, especially in the agro commodities. So that gives us a very USP, given the I mean, if you're comparing it to us with the other companies,
Yeah,
and this is a major point that because of their experience, we are able to sustain in such a very sensitive market.
correct.
And down
So
the
I
line,
think,
those experience are, I mean, evolving, and there are new strategies coming in. And definitely, with the help of, I mean, share market, we can obviously grow together.
okay. I think Ayush very nicely articulated by you. Now, tell me one thing. I was looking at your financials for FY23 and for FY24 September.
Yeah.
We have seen a very dramatic improvement in your top line, your profitability. In fact, profits have more or less doubled. So, sir, इसका reason क्या है? I mean, has volume increased? Has the pricing gain also been has come in? Was it a combination of both these things that resulted in a kind of a very sharp increase in profits? And going forward, at least over the next say 12 months, even without sharing a number, if you could tell us, what kind of margins can we sustain these margins going forward? Because profits have almost doubled, top line भी बढ़ा है, तो ये सब चीजें अभी हुई है, तो will this be sustainable? That's what I want to ask.
Yeah, so back in 2020 and 2021, we received the second highest processor of rice bran in India by the Solvent Extractor Association. And given the opportunity, we could see that there is some ample rice bran available in this area. That gave us an opportunity to set up a third solvent extraction unit that helped us reach those numbers. And of course, there was an increase in the commodity as well overall. So these are the two factors that helped us achieve those numbers.
Okay.
And further down the line, we are already expanding. We earlier in 2023 we started with our second refinery unit that will allow us to get 100 tons of extra physically refined rice bran oil.
Okay. And now coming to the most important question, I will be like, we are hitting the capital market very soon. So if you could give us some broad idea about what is the public issue size, for what purpose are we raising the funds? If you could give us some idea on this.
So the IPO size is around 50 crores, and we are also there's an upcoming RBS renewable project in pipeline, and some of the funds we are able to we are coming up with a strategy to get another corn husking unit. I mean, a corn solvent unit that will require an additional capital expenditure of 18 crores. So we would be using those money to utilize and to able to build this unit that will help us to get raw material for our own ethanol unit. And we have some debts that we want to clear from our books. So we will be clearing some odds, some 12 crore to in the for repaying of loans, and further 10 to 12 crores will be used for working capital, because it's a huge quantity and huge sum involved in this business. So some of the money would be used, I mean, utilized in that working capital.
Okay. And tell me one thing, that this unit which you said, this corn unit which you are planning to put, when can we expect this unit to start commercial production?
So ethanol plant will start in this October 24, October, November. So
Yeah.
will be commencing in the next in this current financial year.
Okay.
And for that, we are currently planning. We have already have the place, and the work on the ground level has already begun.
Okay.
And we are modifying our solvent units to get the maximum utilization for corn,
Okay.
and we will be able to use the same solvent unit for rice bran as well.
Okay. And just an added related question, Ayuji. Now you said you will be making ethanol, ethanol which is basically used, for blending into petrol, So basically, थोड़ा बहुत legwork ये भी चल रहा है कि once the ethanol is, ready to be out from the factory, from most of the oil marketing companies, when will the sampling start, and hopefully when will we expect to get orders for that ethanol? Because obviously oil marketing companies का एक quota होता है, तो उसमें आपका भी एक बार नंबर लग जाएगा, तो obviously that will start generating revenue for you. So do you expect this to get completed by in the next 12 months? Like, मोटा मोटी अक्टूबर में आप प्लांट बोल रहे हो शुरू हो जाएगा. So by at least by February, March, can we expect most of the OMCs to, actually approve your facility so that offtake can be taken from this facility?
Of course, yes, we are targeting to get it done before December, and
Okay.
the work is on the ground level. It's working, and it is on target. And
Okay.
currently, we are. I mean, ethanol is. I mean, government are going to, of course, increase the percentage of blending down the line. So
Correct.
I think by the time we reach to the final stage of production, the I mean, depending upon the quality as well, we will try our best to get to get the best out of it.
Correct. Aviji, just one more question on the ethanol part. If you can tell me what is the kind of total capacity ethanol कितनी liter कितना total ethanol हम manufacture कर पाएंगे after using corn as a raw material? If you can give us some brief idea.
So it will be around 150 kiloliters per day, ethanol production.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. और ये
and this will be a grain based ethanol.
अच्छा grain
So
based है.
we would be requiring rice and corn and maybe some portion of our de-oiled rice bran cake as well
Okay,
in those units.
okay, समझ गया. Fine. Now, coming to the working capital side of the business, the existing, working capital cycle, which is basically for the rice bran edible oil. Normally, Ayush ji, हमारा working capital cycle कितना लंबा होता है? Like right from the time you get the order, you execute it to the customer, then the customer pays directly through the dealer or directly to you. What is the normal working capital cycle if you take debtors and inventories? Both these components which are fairly high in our business.
So earlier, working capital used to be 20 days because we were into the I mean we were shipping in bulk, and as far as we were and as far as we started pushing our own brands, so we required working capital more because we have to provide credit in the market. So that pushed our credit limit to 30 days. And currently, down the line, as we are raising this capital, we want to push our brands even further, so
Okay.
that will require some additional 30 to 40 days of
Okay.
working capital.
Okay. So basically, when you launch new products, typically थोड़ा working capital credit आपको लगता है. तो obviously, in the public issue money which you are raising, that will give
Of
you little comfort, because working capital funding के लिए that will be put to good use. Right?
Yes.
Ayuji, now last question. Basically, we ask this to all the promoters that in our business, which is an agri business, what is the main challenge for our business? सबसे बड़ा risk हमारे धंधे में क्या है? और कोविड को तो छोड़ दीजिए, कोविड में तो everybody was impacted, but otherwise can we say that this business is very sustainable because edible oil is a very basic necessity of every citizen. तो मोटा मोटी हमारे धंधे में सबसे बड़ा रिस्क क्या है? इज इट द रॉ मटेरियल अवेलेबिलिटी और इज इट द प्राइस काइंड ऑफ वोलेटिलिटी? कभी प्राइस ऊपर नीचे होता है, तो हाउ what is the main risk to our business and how have you managed to maintain this profitability at a steady level and continue to grow? So ये आपका क्या गुरु मंत्र है, ये जरा बताइए.
So basically, we our raw material is rice bran that is obtained from the rice mills.
हाँ.
So similar to oil, rice is a staple food that cannot go obsolete at any point of time. Given that condition, we are able to procure all the raw materials on time. And the biggest the biggest factor that could challenge this industry is the price,
Correct.
because governments are have their import policies, and depending that we are almost 70% dependent on the imports. given those conditions, that helps to fluctuate the price market in India. So
Okay.
if the import duty is on the higher side, the domestic players are benefited more, and it's the vice versa, the other way around.
Okay. So basically, government policy has to be conducive. That is what we are trying to say. It will obviously aid the industry as well as our growth. So otherwise, there
Yeah.
is no major risk, according to you. I mean, ये market में ऐसा कोई बड़ा ऐसा risk नहीं है. It's a fairly steady business. So
Yes.
I believe this understanding is right, right?
Yeah. So the business survives on the raw material. So raw material is a good, and we have a centralized location. So raw material from other states are also easily accessible.
Okay. ठीक है. I think thank you Ayush ji for the nice interaction with us. We could get a very clear understanding about the company, and my best wishes to you, your entire management team, and best wishes for your forthcoming public issue also. We do know that it will get a very resounding success. So thank you very much and best wishes.
All right. Thank you, sir.